A planet is viewed at the start of the film, where the awkward creatures dwell. That planet's name is Krypton. And inhabitants of that planet were worried, because Krypton was gradually rooting out. There a baby comes into life in the house of a couple. The name of baby's father was Jor-El. He was also upset because of his planet's condition. He wanted to get the genetic codex of his planet. It means a thing which had the DNA of planet with all sorts of information. Employing it, another planet could be populated like this planet. He goes to the Supreme Council for this cause and demands genetic codex from them. That I want to save this planet. But he does not give him genetic codex. Then the general appears there with his troop. He was listening to everything, so he opens fire with his gun on the council member. Actually, he was also in pursuit of genetic codex. He was evil-minded. He wanted if we transfer the inhabitants of our planet to another, then the inhabitants of another planet should be ended. But Jor-El's thought was different. He wanted that all live as being united. There is great fight between them, arguing this issue. Somehow, Jor-El comes outside. Then he calls his pet dragon and leaves that place, riding on it. Then Jor-El goes in search of genetic codex and General also approaches there after him. He also attempts to attack him at that place. But Jor-El's dragon rescues him from there, getting the injury itself. Jor-El had got that genetic codex luckily. Anyhow, he hands over that codex to his wife after coming there. And he says, "Take it. And infuse its DNA in our sun. Because the planet, Krypton, is going to destroy." Jor-El says, "I had known in the beginning that our sun is not an ordinary one. He possesses many capabilities. We will have to rescue him. So he may get a good rank after growing." Then they send him far in spacecraft. Jor-El had also kept a key with his wife. Being sentimental, Jor-El's wife begins to weep. But they had to carry it out. Then General again approaches there. And he kills Jor-El after attacking him many times. It was a great mishap. Now he proceeds towards the spacecraft. So he may attack it after stopping it. But Krypton's council gets this news. This council sends a fighter instantly to stop him. Spacecraft is prevented from any damage. When council's members know about it, that they kill Jor-El. Then they imprison him as a punishment at a place. On the other side, baby spacecraft is shown which had landed on the planet Earth. And Krypton, with its inhabitants, was destroying there. Now the story moves to the current time. A fisherman named Clark is shown in a ship. He also used to possess the superhuman abilities. There is an aircraft which is crashing nearby place. Clark immediately reaches there and rescuers also appear there. Meantime, the tower is going to fall but Clark stops it falling, using his full powers. But that aircraft is exploded. As a result, Clark also falls into the water. He begins to remember his past. When he was a baby. Which type of the capabilities he possessed. He could look at the part of things and hear the sounds, coming at distance. He was also mightiest. Once his school bus had fallen into the water. And he had brought his school bus and kids out of the water. He himself did not know at that time as how did he do it. Clark's father used to says him. "Look son. I know it that you possess the superhuman abilities. But understand it my son. Don't demonstrate it before the world. Worldly people gossip it." So he had to keep his powers secret. So he began to serve as a waiter in a hotel. He was fond of the traveling and discovering of the novel things. One day, he comes to know in his hotel by someone that an old scout ship had been discovered at a place belonged to 20,000 years ago. Knowing it, Clark's interest is developed in it. And he thinks to visit there. There was also a news reporter named Lois. She had also visited here because she was also in search of enticing thing. That reporter begins to take the photos of that location as night falls. And she notices a man in the photos. He was no one else but Clark, who was flashing laser light from his eyes to find out the scout ship. And he was also melting the lying ice on the mountains. He searches for that scout ship favorably. There is a module in that scout ship. Clark had a strange key. He activates the central computer, keying it, where he is able to communicate with his father, Jor-El, who says to Clark, "My son. You came." Clark says, "How are you talking about?" Jor-El tells, "We all used to inhabit on Krypton planet. You are my son. Your mother and I sent you on this planet when Krypton planet was destroying. If there is my concern. I was killed in the greed of genetic codex by someone." He also reveals all about genetic codex. He tells that I had matched your DNA with the genetic codex DNA before sending you. So you possess many superhuman abilities. Use it perfectly, and I also provide a costume for it. That reporter girl is also witnessing all. She begins to take the photos of that artificial intelligence model, coming inside. That artificial intelligence model attacks her. Consequently, she falls down. Then, Clark brings her outside, lifting her up. Then, Clark leaves, taking that scout ship. Reporter was shocked how any scout ship may be here. She goes to the supervisor of that news company for a discussion, where she used to perform her job. She suggests, "We should publish this news article." Supervisor says, "I don't think so. It is not sure, just stop it here." But that reporter, Lois, wanted to share this news with someone. So she shares it with the other news reporter. On the other side, it is seen that Clark had turned into a Superman. He was flying in the space without any fear.